note it's not part of what I planned on talking about or anything, but it's just something that I think is really important. Thank God Nick reintroduced, well, for our group, Kata Dai, the second formal kata. I remember years and years ago, because I was familiar with it, I just didn't know it. I asked Carl about it, and he decided for some reason that it was worthless and it was a waste of time. But yet he had us doing San Kata. How many of you sat around your house in Shiza? How many? Well, you would, of course. One guy out of 500 in this state. But, you know, you're just a round-eyed Japanese person anyway. But
we send him back to
very few people sat around in Shiza. I've never been attacked in Shiza in my life. I have been attacked sitting in chairs, or on a couch, or on a bar stool. So what little of that kata I teach, I've sort of modified to today's world. Now, Carl didn't think it was worthless because at the time he was putting his style together, if you recall, you old guys like me, we'd have 2-hour sessions sometimes just about my distance. Remember that? Everything was my. Well, now stop and think. Your releases, you attempt to implement them at my distance. The 17 or 23 is about my distance. Everything's about my. Well, that ain't the real world. Because there's people in this world, if you give my distance, they got time to pull out a gun and just shoot your ass. I mean, you know. But it's not uncommon to be attacked inside of my in a crowded bus or a public restroom or a bar or whatever. Most of your attacks are going to be inside of my, not outside, not at my. Well, Kata Dai covers exactly that. I think it's one of the most important. I'm really grateful that y'all are doing that, and Nick brought it back out, because I think it's one of the most important katas you can learn in terms of self-defense. Now, Carl's attitude, with me anyway, was, well, hell, you shouldn't be in a damn bar. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be there. Well, guess what? I got a life. And I've been in shopping malls that were as bad. So you're going to get attacked well inside of mine. You're going to be sucker punched and grabbed from behind sooner or later. Kata Dai shines in those situations. I'm just saying it's a personal opinion, but I don't think you can do that kata enough. I really don't. I think it's totally realistic in today's world. And I would rather spend time doing that than doing certain techniques that, for instance, Goshin Jitsu. I was talking to Mickey. Well, in Japan, it's bad enough that I'm an asshole and going to rob you. That's bad enough. But I wouldn't dare just stand there. I wouldn't dare be rude enough to make you help me rob you. So in Japan, I've got this gun, and I put it in his back, and I reach in and take his wallet. And so there's a technique for that. He spins and takes the gun and blah, blah, blah. Well, in this country, I'd be this far away and I'd say, give me your damn wallet. In Japan, that's just unheard of. You rude son of a bitch. You're going to rob him and you're going to make him help you? So the technique reflects their culture. Well, it doesn't apply in our world. So, it doesn't apply in our world. But I think you should learn that stuff. I mean, I think the beauty and the discipline and all those kind of factors are very important. But I have a distinct understanding of the difference in beautiful form and real self-defense. So you should work inside of my some, especially with that kata, because being grabbed both hands from behind, that's very common. It's real common. Or even grab both hands from the front, that's real common in a situation. So I think that kata has tremendous value, but just be aware that out there, it's real rare that you're attacked at my, or that you can establish my with an unexpected attack. There again, just hold your hand up. There again, in the 17, in my mind, I'm not saying I'm right, folks, I'm just saying it's my way. Just stand there like that. To catch him at my, that's one thing. But if I'm this close and I'm in a bake tail or something and he comes up and I don't have time to come around, I better know how to move inside of my. So just food for thought. Just food for thought. I experiment with all of them, 17, everything else. I do at my and I do inside of my, and if they're way outside of my, I got time to, have a smoke and hit them with a bottle or something. But otherwise, I better know the difference in my and inside of my. So, last thing I had to say. Thank y'all. Appreciate. Thank you for bringing.